Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video. I'm working on another layout for my Double Trouble series, so that means it's a double page 12 by 12 layout, and I am working with photos from my husband's trip to Utah. We are at Bryce Canyon in these photos, and I just have to show off for a minute. I have to give my husband some props. Look what he did here. Not only did he separate the photos into which would go on one layout, but he wrote me little notes about which order they need to go in and why. So I love it. That makes it a lot easier for me when I'm trying to design all this. Now, that being said, I only have 4 photos. One of them is a 5 by 7, so I do want to showcase that. It's very much still that green, brown, orange kind of palette because that's the landscape. Here's something interesting. I bought the paper originally for this side, which I still like. It's just, you know, like little leaves. It's from the Happy Campers line from We Are Memory Keepers. But then I started looking at the back, and I kind of like these quadrants with the exception of this. I don't like this section of the grid. It doesn't go. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find orange paper that I can cut to 6 by 6 and cover up these pieces, and then use all this because it gives it some interest rather than just having this. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to go on the hunt for some orange paper, see what I can find. If I don't like the look in the end, oh well, then I'll flip it over and I'll use the other side. I found this paper in my stash. It's almost more of like a melon color. It's not really dark orange, but when you hold it up to this, it goes pretty well, I think. There is a little bit of texture. I think this is probably basil, it doesn't say, but there's kind of a weave texture in there. I don't think it's going to matter when it's cut. You're not going to notice that when you're flipping the pages. So I'm going to go with this and just see what I think about it. So here's what it looks like when the paper's cut down and it's sitting on that spot, and I like it. So I think I am going to adhere it and use it. And then I have the other half of the sheet to use for a different layout. So I think that, you know, that makes it all good. So I'm going to go with it. For this layout, I adhered the photos on this side because I know this is where I want them. I also found this journaling card that says, "Get outside, take a hike, explore a place state." I thought that was appropriate. I did choose to back the 5 by 7 on white paper, just so it would jump out a little bit, and there is some white here in this kind of map area. So I went with that. Now, the thing I noticed was I wanted to have these papers one this way and then this turned upside down the opposite way, but it would have made the trees upside down and I couldn't live with it. It would drive me nuts. So they're just going to be the same side by side, and I think it'll be fine. On this side, I think this is about where I want these photos, but this is too blank. So I think I'm going to look for maybe a 4 by 6 vertical card, pocket card that I could put on here to use up some of that space. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what I would put there. But that's my current plan. So I'm going to go in search of that and just see what I can come up with, I guess. Okay, I think I pretty much found the perfect card to go in this space. Now, this was actually a horizontal 4 by 6, but I decided to cut it down to a 4 by 4 because then it didn't matter its orientation and it would still work. And it says, "Let's hike." So it goes with the hiking theme here. And then it has this kind of bright turquoise, which is also in here. And so that just adds one extra little color that gives it a nice touch, I think. So then I have to figure out, I don't want it totally across from here. It's like too much white in a row. So maybe it's going to have to go up here and maybe move these down a little bit. Let's see. I don't know that I want it straight across from that either, so maybe a little off center like that, because I can always splatter or do some stamping or something on this upper edge. Yeah, I think I like it like that. Now, I still have this though. That doesn't solve that problem. I almost wish I had another photo for down here. For now, I like this. I'm not going to adhere it, just in the event that something else comes up. And I will go in my stash and just look at stuff that I could possibly use here. But for now, I think this is the arrangement that I like for the right-hand side. When I went into my stash to find something for here, I didn't find any embellishment type stuff that I thought would work, but I did find some phrase labels. And so I went in, I separate them by colors. And so I went in kind of by color grouping to see what I could find. And I found this one in the orange that says Our Journey. And then in the green, I found this one, Near and Far, which is true. They were near to the canyon, but still far away from exploring everything as they walked. So I thought that was fitting. And then this one, which echoes this kind of blue turquoisey color here, and it says, I'm not sure if this is the best part, but it sure seems like it. So I think I'm going to arrange those three somehow over here, and then I'll just put in like the mini staple thing and then call it good. I don't think I really need to do anything else with those. I have at this point adhered everything, so everything is glued down. I did want to point out that for this card I did decide to ink this around the edges in brown chalk ink. I used this one from Colorbox, and I think it just gives a little definition, especially because it's sitting right next to another white border. And then I did adhere down all of these, and I put in the phrases. So I'm just going to add some mini staples here because I love to do that. And there we go. For the rest of this layout, I've decided I do want to do some stamping. I'm just going to do this around the edges a little bit. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've already seen me use this one. This is a super old Stampin' Up! Set that I have. Notice it says 1997. Yeah, it's as old as my daughter, 21 years. So I'm just going to use this. This is the, I can't remember the color, Soft Suede by Stampin' Up! And I've tested it already just to see. It's a little too dark if I just go right off the stamp pad. So I think I'm going to stamp away once or do ghost stamping once here and then use it on the layout. So just like that. Yeah, I think going directly to it would just be too dark, but a little bit like this around the edge. Pretty nice. Sorry about that. My printer's resetting over there, if you can hear that. My kids were printing homework stuff. And then maybe a little down here too. Yeah, just a little bit. And then I will do some on the other side as well. So it's a little matchy-matchy. There we go. Where else? I could do some down here. On the green, it's not going to show up too well on the brown, but I'll do it anyway. Let's see, I'll do it on the inside of that one. There we go. Oh, you can see it a little bit. All right. So yeah, here. There, you can see it on there. So let's see how it looks when both pieces are together here. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got it in 4 spots there and 4 spots there. I think so. I think it's good. All right. This one came together really quickly, which I love. I love it when I don't have to work too hard and spend an hour on something. So I am very pleased with that. And it's another one done for Utah, and that's got to be a good thing. Thanks for watching, everybody.